Hello everybody and welcome to the Lazy Craig Show. Today I'm going to update you on the James Gunn situation. Previous video I talked about the James Gunn situation and the tweets he sent and about him getting fired for it. In that video I did also mention that there was support for James Gunn from the cast, and since then the cast penned a letter and posted it online for people to see, showing their support. So right now I will read that letter for you. It says, "To our fans and friends, we fully support James Gunn. We were all shocked by his abrupt firing last week and have intentionally waited these 10 days to respond in order to think, pray, listen and discuss. In that time, we've been encouraged by the outpouring of support from fans and members of the media who wish to see James reinstated as director of Volume 3, as well as discouraged by those so easily duped into believing the many outlandish conspiracy theories surrounding him." Now that bit right there is because there are a few theories going around that James Gunn is actually a pedophile due to the fact that he did make those jokes. Now in my last video I did say that he was just saying what he said to shock people, but there were probably different ways to go about it because paedophilic jokes aren't really acceptable, to be honest. I'll continue reading. "Being in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies has been a great honour in each of our lives. We cannot let this moment pass without expressing our love, support and gratitude for James. We are not here to defend his jokes of many years ago, but rather to share our experience, having spent many years together on set making Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. The character he has shown in the wake of his firing is consistent with the man he was every day on set, and his apology, now and from years ago when first addressing these remarks, we believe is from the heart, a heart we all know, trust and love. In casting each of us to help him tell the story of misfits who find redemption, he changed our lives forever. We believe the theme of redemption has never been more relevant than now." Now, the bit where it says about apologising years ago, I will talk about that bit after I finish reading the letter. Now, the one bit they mention is that they're not defending the jokes, but they're just sharing the experience of James Gunn and the character he's shown in the wake of the firing. Because credit to James Gunn, once he was fired, he did apologise and he did accept the firing. He didn't kick up a fuss. He didn't really do anything, to be honest. He just accepted it and said about what the jokes were. That's all he's done. To be honest, he could have easily kicked up a fuss. He could have caused some trouble, but he hasn't. So yeah, he does deserve a bit of credit there. And to be honest, judging from what the people, because I don't know him personally, so I could just judge from what I read. But judging from what these people are saying, they're the people who know him. They've worked with him for years. They know him best. So if they're saying he's got a good character, then yeah, he most likely does. And like I said before, they were jokes. They were disgusting jokes, but they were jokes. "Each of us looks forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot. There is little due process in the court of public opinion. James is likely not the last good person to be put on trial. Given the growing political divide in this country, it's safe to say instances like this will continue. Although we hope Americans from across the political spectrum can ease up on the character assassinations and stop weaponizing mob mentality." Now that part is actually in reference to the fact that the tweets were unearthed again by Donald Trump supporters because they say about a divide politically, because James Gunn is actually outspoken against Donald Trump. And so it was actually Donald Trump supporters who brought these tweets forward again. And when I say again, that also involves his apology years ago, and I'll get to that soon. "It is our hope that what has transpired can serve as an example for all of us to realise the enormous responsibility we have to ourselves and each other regarding the use of our written words when we etch them in digital stone. That we as a society may learn from this experience, and in the future will think twice before we decide what we want to express. And in so learning, perhaps we can harness this capability to help and heal instead of hurting each other. Thank you for taking the time to read our words, the Guardians of the Galaxy." Now that letter was signed by Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, Bradley Cooper, who plays Rocket Raccoon, Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, Vin Diesel, who is Groot, Sean Gunn, who is actually James Gunn's brother. He actually was in the two movies. He was one of Michael Rooker's character's people. I forgot his name. Forgot Michael Rooker's character name. Yondu. One of Yondu's people's name. No, one of Yondu's people. He's actually the one in number 2 who helped them. It was also signed by Dave Bautista, who is Drax, Karen Gillan, who is Gamora's sister. I forgot her name. Yeah, I'm terrible. Obviously, Michael Rooker, who is Yondu, and Pom Klementif, who is, the weird thing. Her signature's weird. Look at her signature. So weird. Look at that. What's up with that? It's like half a mile long. I don't know what that is in kilometers. Sorry, I work on miles. I'm British. So yeah, they've all spoken out against it. They've all spoken out in support of James Gunn. The most outspoken of the lot is actually Dave Bautista, who, in all fairness, except for Pom Klementif, is probably the one with the least. One with the. Oh my god. He's probably one of the lesser. I mean, he's one of the lesser stars. He's great and big and all that, but I mean, like, whereas the others, they're like big superstars, and Dave Bautista, he's getting there because he's still relatively new in the whole Hollywood acting thing as being a former wrestler. He's been most outspoken against it. He's actually said that if they don't use James Gunn's script for Volume 3, that they should either recast him or he'll quit. Because he believes that James Gunn's script for Volume 3 is the best version, or the best one to use. And obviously, number 1 and 2 are fantastic films, and they were hilarious. And they've got this this touch of James Gunn that not many people can replicate. So he obviously wants to make the best movie they can, the one that still has the James Gunn feel. And so he's standing up for that as well as standing up for his friend. And he's also said that working for Disney is now nauseating. And he mentioned that they were giving in to the fascists. The fascists being the Donald Trump supporters who dug up the tweets. Now what I'll do is I'll talk about that actually. These tweets, they didn't surface for the first time, or resurface for the first time a few weeks ago when James Gunn was fired. They actually came to light years ago when Disney were hiring James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy. Or when he was being hired, sorry. I'm not sure if Disney owned Marvel back then, to be honest. I think they did. Because I can't remember. I don't actually know when Disney bought the rights to Marvel. But either way, the people who employed him knew about the tweets back then, and he apologised back then, and no one fired him for it. So why they're firing him for it now, I don't understand. You either fire him for it then, or don't fire him at all. Because firing him now, you're giving in to the pressure of these alt-right Trump supporters, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, if you didn't see a problem with what he wrote years ago, because he apologised for it and did say, yeah, I was younger, then you shouldn't be firing him now. Like Bautista said, they are giving in to the fascists, because that's all these Trump supporters are. They're fascists. They're disgusting. So I do think it's absolutely ridiculous. So to be honest, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now. I think firing James Gunn, in light of all the character references and the fact that the tweets actually came out years ago, but they chose to still continue with him, it kind of makes me think maybe he shouldn't have been fired for it at all, because they didn't see fit to punish him then. So why punish him now? They obviously accepted what he said, that they were just jokes in an effort to shock people. So what's the point in acting on it now? There's a thing called the statute of limitations when it comes to crimes. So why can't there be a statute of limitations on what people say in digital media, on social media, wherever, we shouldn't be, maybe we shouldn't be punished for things we said back then. I know in the other video I said, yeah, maybe we should have been punished somehow. Maybe firing was a bit harsh. But obviously that was, without knowing anything. And like now, obviously people who actually do know him have come and said he's a nice guy. He's not like that. Maybe his firing was a big mistake. But like I said, it's even worse because of the fact they knew about the tweets years ago and they chose not to do anything about it. It's like now they're just disrupting things for nothing, you know, because of stupid Trump supporters. You know, it's America's going downhill. I'm not going to lie. Um, so I think that's that for today. Anyway, it was mainly about the further developments. I'm hoping if they don't hire him back, they hire someone who will do a good job, and that the cast stay together, because I'm not sure anyone can do Drax just like Dave Bautista. He's fantastic in the role, and it'd be a mistake to recast him, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about James Gunn firing, and obviously the further information that's come to light. Especially now that the tweets were from years ago, and obviously with all the character references, do you still think he should be fired? Or did you think you shouldn't be fired in the first place, you know? Watch my previous videos. One of them will be the previous James Gunn one. So I hope you have a good day, and oh yeah, like, subscribe, and bye.